Okay, so first things first, I want to go over a quick bug that zombie bros, whatever, some guy on YouTube, he figured out that we are actually clipping into the glass right here when the cart comes around, and that's why we lose so much momentum. And, you know, I'm kind of lazy, and I don't see things all the time. But I figured we could test his theory right here and figure out whether or not he's more of the man than me. And I know, like, oh, why is that there? I don't know. Okay. I know y'all are like, you know, I'm the man. I'm clearly like the man. But let's see if this guy's the man too. Let's do it without a minecart, just to make sure, in case the cartridge is empty. It's like worst case scenario. And yeah, badass. So it turns out our viewers are actually quite smart as well. And that excites me physically. Okay. So, all right, we can actually save some track here, thanks to the YouTube guy. Okay. So let's go ahead and put a cart back in the booster. Shabam. A couple things I wanted to go over before we start wiring is I cleaned up a little bit. I deleted or broke extra wood that I found that we don't need. I also cleaned up around here, especially because we're going to need to build another booster here later. So, I mean, it's nice to know that we don't need a booster for this uphill part, but we're going to need to put a reset plate right here, and we're going to need another booster for that. And actually, you know what? We could even we could do that one trick where you can curve into the plate and you don't need a booster. I might actually try that. I'll have to play around with it before I record, but we'll check it out. Okay. And then YouTube guy, you rock. We love you. I put some torches up around so that we don't have spawns in here. And last thing I did was put 2 half steps right here so that when we boost, we don't accidentally move our cart off to the left instead of onto the track. That hasn't happened while testing, but you know, I've seen it be a problem before in other stations, and I feel a lot safer with these 2 half steps. And anyways, we also need our walkway into the lobby, or from the lobby technically, but into the lobby nonetheless. So that's where this is going to be. So I know you can't really see it right now, and we'll build it later, but this you're kind of going to walk into this wall, and this wall is going to lead you to a lobby area where you can either exit to the surface or go to departures, you know, do whatever you pretty much want. So that's how I like to handle things. It is kind of annoying when you build this type of station where you have a separate arrivals and departures. You have to get off at arrivals and walk into departures. You can't just go straight onto the next area, and that's one flaw with this type of station. So it kind of sucks, but you know, we'll deal with it for now. I'm not entirely sure why that cart keeps getting popped out of place. I think I'm walking by it too much. So let me, before we start wiring, let me explain what we're gonna need. And this is really simple for this station. All we need are 2 RS Newer latches. RS. It means red and south. That's what it means. Red and south latches. And we're going to need 1 for this holding chamber. Anytime you have a holding chamber, it's pretty likely you're going to need a RS latch, a red south latch. And then 1 for this holding chamber. We're also going to need a pulse generator for this arrivals area, but I don't think I'll end up building that in this episode. So I'll explain what it does later on. Now let's go ahead and build the two RS NOR latches. Oh, last thing before we build it, I promise. Whenever we whenever we work with redstone, at least my personal preference is I like to build straight into the wall. I don't like to um, waste space in the middle of the station because I like to be able to walk around in the station. And this may seem cramped, but if you see some of my other stations and the types of stations that other people build where they're not even relatively organized, this is fucking beautiful. Now, what we're gonna do? Yeah. So whenever we have redstone, try to build into the wall as soon as possible, and that's about it. So let's go ahead and build those RS and OR latches. Okay, so we need two of them, and we need them to be pretty logically placed. So the holding chamber that's above me, 2 floors above me, I looked at it and I said to myself, we're going to build into this wall. We're probably going to build into this wall, come down, and then come out. So we want that RS NOR latch to be somewhere around here. It doesn't really matter where, because, I mean, you can always repeat redstone. And technically, we could even build it in the other corner. But what I'm going to do, and there's several ways to do this, but my favorite and most compact way to do this is to first carve out a 2x2 and then carve out a shape similar to this. What you do is you place a block in one corner of the 2x2 and another block in the other corner of the 2x2. And then we place one torch on. Actually, this torch can be here, it can be here. Well, actually, those are the only two possible places. But yeah, choose one place and then make sure that you put it on the opposite side, so that they're both going either north and south or east and west. If you decide to place it here, this is not correct. Not correct. We want to break this and put that there. Okay, so I prefer to place mine like this. And since now we're going to define where the input goes and where the output goes. The input's going to be a reset switch, and the output's going to be power going to the holding chamber. And since remember earlier I said we wanted a lot of wood because we're going to be building a lot of signs. Well, now's when we're going to be building a lot of signs. It really helps organize your redstone. So let me go ahead and build a few signs. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Cha cha cha. Cool. And that's not even close to all the signs we're gonna make in the end. Okay. So let's think about this now. Our holding chamber is gonna take power from a stone pressure plate in our departures area, right? So we want power to be going up this wall and into the holding chamber. So if we want to do this correctly, what we're going to do is we're going to make the unpowered state on this side, or power out going on this side. We're going to make reset out coming from here. And reset in is going to be right here, and power in is going to be right here. So follow me on this one. What we're going to do is we're going to place redstone wire coming around, and that's going to turn this torch off. We're going to place more redstone wire coming here. So if you think about this for just a second, what happens when I put power on this line? This is going to turn this torch off, which is in turn going to turn this torch on. So if I'm on a stone pressure plate for a set amount of time, I'm powering the line, but I'm not leaving it powered. We have to get off the pressure plate at some point, so we're not going to have power the entire time. And I'm running out of time. Okay. So I'm going to leave that at that, and I'm going to have you sort of think about the 4 different types of situations that could happen when we power redstone with an RS NOR latch. So I'll see you guys next time.